Hi Aries, this is Isel. Happy December. I hope everything's going well for you. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving, if you do that. You've got the Four of Pentacles popping out for you, Aries. This is an energy of stagnation. It's non-movement. It's not letting things in, not letting things out. It's blocked thinking. Sometimes it's blocked communication. Sometimes you literally block someone out. It's sometimes hoarding energy, sometimes hoarding money. Yeah, there's a lot of things here for this. Energy for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Love and Relationship reading for December. The Eight of Cups, Aries. So this is a card of moving away from things that no longer serve us emotionally, and sometimes not even serve us. Sometimes we just have to pull ourselves away from things that are painful. Sometimes we have to let go. You know, if you're holding on to things that you need to walk away from, that's very important to release. You know, sometimes we have a difficult time shifting energy and moving away from stuff when it's clear that it's supposed to be for us. It's like this ambivalent energy where it's like we have a hard time moving away from things. The Six of Swords talks about moving away from energy, moving away from thoughts that are negative, moving away from literal situations that are frustrating. It's talking about finding different ground, finding smoother waters. It's a card of travel as well. In reverse, though, here we have an energy where we're not moving away. We're having a hard time moving away from anything. It's like we keep going back. You know, with these three cards, we're holding on to something that needs to be let go of, Aries. Okay? We need to let go of things that are painful, you know? If things cause us mental frustration, if they cause us hurt, if the communication is poor, if the communication is abusive, you know, if you're left thinking with your, you know, your head in your hands, you know, there's a level here where it's like emotionally and energetically and mentally, energetically, you're not doing well. Somebody's not doing well here. Give me more for Aries. So you have the Page of Pentacles. You have the Lovers in the center of the reading. Six of Wands. The Empress beneath the Page of Pentacles. Falling out, you have Temperance next to the Empress, underneath the Lovers. And you have the Hierophant. You have three major arcana cards at the bottom here, with the Lovers in the center. And who's at the bottom? The Knight of Cups. Okay, so give me a second. I just want to get into this energy. Some of you may be dealing with a Gemini. Some of you may be dealing with a Sagittarius, a Taurus, an Aries. Fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag, water, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Yeah, it's like we're having a difficult time moving away from things. We're having a difficult time, you know, possibly moving away from a partner where it's almost as if minimal energy and effort was being put into something, you know, and you want to bolster that. Like, is that why you're holding on to this? Like, is it emotionally dissatisfying, but like there's still the promise and potential of something growing? Like, it feels like there's something here where it's like somebody now sees the value in something, where it's like before they may have just been approaching things at a minimal level, at a level where it's like they're kind of in, they're not really in, they're a little bit here, they're not really there. You know, it's kind of this back and forth energy. And like it causes one of you, like you or your partner, to basically like really make, it puts you on, it almost like puts you on the defensive. It's like where you have to really figure out what you want in regard to the situation. Can I do this? Can I move on with this? Can I move with this person? Like, can we grow here? Because it's almost as if somebody here is like either younger or their approach, it's not where your approach would be, and this can go back and forth. These are general readings. But what needs to happen is we need to recognize that. We need to communicate about that. We need to have forward direction in regard to the way that we want to create in our relationships. Sometimes we hold on to negativity. Sometimes we hold on to somebody being a certain way and like we brand them for the rest of our relationship. You did this like 20 years ago. You're never going to change. It's like, well, that was 20 years ago. Like, clearly I've changed, and so have you. Or maybe not. Like, clearly you're holding on to it. Somebody's holding on to something. And it's like the effort to walk away from a situation is basically on the table, and it's like what I'm feeling here is it's like walk away or balance it out. It's almost as if the thought here is like, do I continue to give to this? Do I reopen this? For some of you, I feel the word, do I reopen this wound? Okay. But it's almost as if there is some level of understanding where it's like, I think I can work with this. I think I can offer or accept this situation, and with communication, with open communication and clear thought and, steady movement towards what we want, we can do this. Okay, so there's that right now. It's almost like I'm going to hold on to this for the moment. It's like in this like maybe not stage, but I think there's a definite importance here where it's like we have to let the past go in certain ways. You cannot hold on to certain things. You can't put somebody down here when they're trying to grow. We make mistakes. That's how we grow. If you're going to hold on to something that happened or somebody caused an issue with you, you can't do that. Like, what's the point in that, really? Like, that's just, it stagnates things. It stifles things. It doesn't allow progression and forward movement, okay? With the Empress here, there's a level of nurturing this into existence. There's a level of balancing things out. If you can balance this situation, if you can bring harmony back here, if you can focus and bring communication here, there's an energy here where it's like something may have the chance to blossom. Something may have the chance to be nurtured into existence. But you have to be very conscious of how you do that. You are this person. It's almost as if somebody wants to prove something here. It's almost as if somebody wants to show the direction that which they want to move into now. It's like, here, I'll do this if you do this, or do you trust me if I do this? It's like moving forward, upping the ante, but like trusting the situation. For the final card to be the Hierophant, it's like, the first thing that comes to mind is like, if you need to seek communication with others, if you need counseling with others, where it's like a marriage counselor or a couples counseling, if you need counseling on your own so you can figure things out. I feel that this is more of like a cohesive situation though, between two people. It's like, I will not get into this situation with you until this happens, until this level of confusion within our experience together is unearthed. I need to stabilize things. I need to have clarity. I need to know where I'm standing. I don't need wishy-washy. I don't need, you're giving 20% one day and then you give 10% the next. Like, what is that anyhow? That's already minimal to begin with. Like, I need you 50-50, sometimes 60-40, when I'm feeling down. I need you to be on the same page with me. But like, if you stabilize this energy, if you stabilize what it is that you're getting into, it feels like it's positive. It just feels like the place that you're coming from is one of stagnation. It's one of holding on to things of the past and frustrations of the past. And it's also one where you're holding on to, oh God. It's like when we make up our mind to be obstinate, when we make up our mind to be right, You know, I'm right. I'm not budging. You're wrong. Fuck you forever. Like, what's the point in that? Like, really, what's the point in that? You know, um, no, you know, and you may need to revisit that. You may need to revisit why you do that or why this person does that. That may be something that needs to be brought up in counseling, in communication. You know, this feels like it's talking about righting wrongs. This feels like it's talking about communication, making sure what we are getting ourselves involved in is something that we can grow from and progress, you know, away from, you know, but still garner the messages and lessons that we've learned with this person. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It's almost like a redo, but it's like at this point, we're choosing to either engage in it or not. And if you choose to not engage in it, you must walk away and walk away free and clear. If you're going to engage in it, please don't bring the past into it. Please don't, you know, you did this, this, and this, and you're wrong, and blah, blah, blah. Like, don't do that. That's going to poison your situation. It doesn't help you. But you need to get out of your mind. You need to figure out what it is that's going to actually make it comfortable for you to move forward with this person. And the comfort comes on both ends of the parties. What makes you comfortable? What makes them comfortable? Talk about it. Talk about all of it. You know, figure it out. Somebody talk about it. Talk about your emotions. This is all about talking about emotions. It's talking about love. It doesn't just mean somebody's offering you a date. This is emotional communication. Sometimes it's emotional commitment. You know, it's emotional awareness, like where we are within ourselves. Underneath it, you have the Hangman. This is talking about basically going within. There's so much here where it's like we've, you know, Pisces card, Pisces energy. You could be dealing with the Pisces. At the bottom of the deck when I think it was for this card, you had the Queen of Cups. I didn't pop it out and I didn't mention it, but I looked at it for a split second. You could be holding on to a water sign. I feel that one or two of your other videos, the Queen of Cups was very heavily prominent. You might be dealing with that energy again. I don't know if it's the same energy, but the Queen of Cups was at the bottom of the deck for this card, holding on. You know, if we have disruptive emotional energies in regard to what we're dealing with here, it's like we're holding on to the negative aspects. You have to release that because that basically stagnates within you and it creates a toxicity within your relationship. There's no point in moving forward in a relationship that's painful, toxic, unaware. You need to be conscious in how you move forward in your life and how you choose to progress. Be very honest and clear in your emotions. Take time to think about what it is that you want to say. Don't just blow smoke up somebody's ass because you think it's going to make them feel good emotionally for the moment. You know, a lot is riding on this. A lot is riding on this. Okay, you have the Ten of Pentacles underneath the Hangman. You know, this is the potential for something big. This is the potential for stability within a relationship. This is the potential for a union here. You know? And guess who's underneath? Oops. Guess who's underneath this? Hey? Hey, it's the Queen of Cups. So if you're going to nurture this situation, make sure you do so honestly. Make sure you do so with integrity, you know. Make sure you are emotionally balanced within this situation. And that's going to be something that is going to have to be learned for a lot of people. You know, Aries, you're a fire sign. You tend to pop out of your jack-in-the-box and blow through town, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's beautiful because it's like it honors the zest of life. It honors your moment, your movement, your passion. It's like it's forward progression, you know. But sometimes you operate through fire. You know, you operate through this like movement that sometimes needs to be quelled. It needs to be emotionally balanced, you know. Sometimes you need to feel and think with your heart, with the emotional aspects, you know. I'm feeling too also a level of judgment needing to be brought down. So let's clarify some of these cards then. Show me the Four of Pentacles for Aries, please. Show me the Four of Pentacles for Aries. I'm not taking that. That's like 5 cards. Show me the Four of Pentacles for Aries. Thank you. So you have the Two of Swords, Aries, in regard to the Four of Pentacles. So here, it's like this is a decision. This is a standstill. These are 2 cards of stagnation, okay? The Two of Swords basically talks about a stalemate, nothing moving, nothing happening. We have decision in a matter, but often we don't know which to decide upon. With the Four of Pentacles, we're not moving. So we're still holding on to a situation. We're not allowing things to progress or move at all. Yet on the bottom of the deck for that, you have the Chariot. So it's like, make up your mind which direction you want to go in, and either you come back to something or you move away from something. But that needs to be very clear, okay? Either one is going to, it feels like either one is going to lead to success. You could be successful with this person. You could be very successful without this person. That's literally what it feels like. Show me the Eight of Cups for Aries. You got 2, 3 cards popping out. So you have the Five of Wands. You have the Ten of Pentacles. Again, this Ten of Pentacles with the Queen of Cups here. If this is what you're walking away from, there may be a reason to come back. Okay, there may be frustrating communication that's happening between you. There may be a lot of fighting. But what I'm feeling here too with this Magician is that the possibility and potential for you to reignite the situation once you make it clear how you want to heal this situation, once you make it clear how you want to go ahead in this situation, how you want to balance it out, that's when things start moving in your favor, Aries. You know, you could very well leave this and you could very well stay in this. I feel, you know, and for those of you that know that you're in a situation that is utter shit, get out of it. I don't mean to be harsh, but get out of it. If you know it's unhealthy, don't stay in it. Okay. This is for somebody who you're vacillating here. And I'm feeling like in certain ways there's a lot of grudge, holding on to grudges, holding on to certain things that need to be like, I don't want to sweep them under the rug. Don't do that. You cannot sweep that under the rug. You have to address it. You have to communicate about it, and then you have to move it on. Show me the Six of Swords in reverse for Aries. So you have the Eight of Swords with the Six of Swords. So again, Aries, this is like the Four of Pentacles with the Two of Swords. You have the Eight of Swords with the Six of Swords in reverse. So this is basically not moving forward, but also kind of coming back to a situation, having a difficult time leaving a situation because it's like you're in your head about how to move through with things or how to move away from things. You need to be very clear in the decisions that you choose. You know, it's like the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So typically, upright, this card is talking about moving away from situations. Oftentimes, it's talking about moving away from things that hurt you, that are frustrating from you, especially with this Eight of Cups here. You know, this would be in the upright. Underneath, you have the Nine of Pentacles. So often going it alone, being single. Here, we're in reverse, you know. We're in our heads on, do I continue this situation, okay? Or do I literally go it alone? Do I move on and leave this situation? I feel that like if you're choosing to leave the situation out of anger, you may want to take a break. Not completely kill the situation, but you may want to take a break, okay? You may want to come back to it when you're not so flaming, you know, flaming hot and upset. You may want to take a break and communicate later at a different time. Right, and get yourself together, though. Don't be all up in your head. Don't be frustrated and like trying to, you know, one-up the person. Don't be trying to rehash things that you've experienced with them. Move away from that. Take some time for you. Readjust your vision. Your vision and come back to what it is that you feel that is true. If moving away from the situation is best for you, then that is what it is. If giving the situation a new chance, another chance, then that is what is. Either way, I truly feel that there's potential in both. There's always going to be potential in whatever you get yourself into, and it's for all different reasons. But this situation with this person, I feel it is positive if you are to heal the situation. If you're to move away from the situation, you'll be good too. That's very simple. Show me the Page of Pentacles. So you have the Three of Wands for the Page of Pentacles. So this is a new beginning. This is something that, if you have communication with somebody where it's like things have not changed up until now, this may be the tipping point where it's like things start to actually shift and move in the direction that you want to go in. This is something that you've been waiting for. And it's like, if this person has like kept you stalled, waiting, if they've been stalling, I'm here, I'm there, I'm not here, I'm in, out, I'm like, blah, blah, like, it's almost as if that's been like utterly frustrating, especially when like you have your head on right, your head screwed on right, and you want to move forward. And it's like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like, come on, let's go, It doesn't let you trust them. It doesn't allow you to trust them. It just kind of keeps you in the stagnation where it's like, what the fuck? Come on. And I think that you may have experienced so much of that up until this point where it's like, I don't want to have to go through that anymore. I'm tired of that. Can you, or will you, or are you on board with me? Should I get off the pot? And you have, underneath you have Strength. It's called Lust in this deck, but it's a lot about patience in regard to the direction that you're going in with these cards. Show me the Lovers for Aries, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So you're coming from a situation where there's been frustration, heartache, This doesn't always mean third-party situations, okay? It can, with the Lovers, but I feel, what I'm feeling more so here is this connection with this person has been tarnished, and the potential of them is on the table. I don't feel that this is a third-party situation. I feel that you've been frustrated and holding off. Do I take this offer? Do I not take this offer? Some of you, this will literally be better if you walk away, because sometimes if we can't release baggage, you're just going to have to carry it with you. But if you can't release it with them, that's just like setting yourself up for fighting. There's no point in that. Okay. Show me the Six of Wands, please, for Aries. So you have the Empress. Okay, so it's interesting here. And you have the Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So that's starting this row here with the Page of Pentacles. But with the Empress, you have the Empress here twice, okay, Aries? And you have a lot of positive potential in regard to the situation. But again, like I said, you need to foster this into existence. You need to be very conscious of the direction that you want to go in. And go. Build slowly. That's the point. If you're rushing somebody, this is also something I'm getting to. If you're rushing somebody to like make them do a certain thing or like rush somebody to the altar, don't do that. Like, let them go at their own time. There's an energy here where it's like somebody's like being forceful as well, and it hasn't created anything positive. It's like somebody wants something now, but the other person really isn't quite ready for that. And it's like emotions need to be communicated. You need to feel your way through the situation. Don't rush, just feel. Communicate that. Show me the Empress for Aries. So you have Temperance. I'm sorry, not Temperance. Yeah, you have Judgment here. Justice, I'm sorry, justice, dear God, for the Empress. So justice, it's like, you know what, if you are going to do this situation with this person, you need to be 100% clear in how you go about it. There are no ifs, ands, or buts. Everything must be succinct, must be clear. in how you communicate this, how you go about this. You know, if this is, you know, you have Justice and the Hierophant, this is talking about relationships that are being solidified. This is talking about potential marriages. You know, you need to balance the energy out between you before anything positive can move in that regard. Okay. You have the Universe at the bottom of the deck with Justice. So this is the world. This is essentially talking about letting things go that need to die. It's a death of cycles, but it also allows newness to blossom. It allows you to bring in new energy, fresh blood, understanding that needed to come from the lessons that we've learned. There's no other way to learn them. These are things that are cataclysmic in our emotional bodies and selves and our minds that we need to release so that we can basically be on board within ourselves, be on board within our partners. We balance the energies out. What do you bring? What do I bring? What do we bring as a collective together? How do we solidify this? Okay, we do this. We want this. Let's move forward. And what are we moving forward in? Into this. Okay? The Hierophant. It's a beautiful card. It's about deep learning. It's about spiritual abundance, spiritual understanding. It's about school. It's about, you know, churches. It's about seeking spiritual guidance. It's about marriage. It's about commitment, long-standing lines of commitment. Show me the Hierophant, please. Show me the Hierophant for Aries, please. Ooh. So you have the Wheel of Fortune, Aries, okay, in regard to the Hierophant. So, you know, it's a very positive card, okay? This is talking about going with the flow. It's talking about trusting the situation. You know, if somebody's offering a slow beginning, you know, or you need to understand that things need to be built slowly, it's talking about trusting that process, because when you trust that process, you allow things to grow naturally in their own time. Growing naturally in their own time, but regardless, there's a force behind them that causes them to grow either way. You know, it's like an English garden. It's absolutely beautiful, but it takes time to create itself. You know, it's maybe that wasn't a good analogy. Show me the Knight of Cups. So you have the Queen of Wands for the Knight of Cups, Aries. So this is a person. If this is you, Aries, this Queen of Wands, it could be Sag, it could be Leo, but somebody wants to give here. Somebody wants to communicate an offer. Somebody wants to make an offer here. We've got the Knight of Wands here too at the bottom of the deck. So this is emotion. This is passion. This is standing strong within our own power and moving forward, having the trust within ourselves to know what we get ourselves into. You know, this queen does not move forward with anybody unless she feels passionate about it. Do you feel good about this situation or not? Do you feel better about doing things on your own and going after your own personal passions? If you do so, go after your own personal passions. If you feel good about this situation, stay within it, build it, trust that it can get better. You know, but you have to apply yourself in this. Don't blame people, you know, even if there was shit in the past, you have to talk it out. Not everything is forever. Not everybody is for everybody. We're all here about lessons. Every single person that's in your life that breaks your heart apart is for your lesson. It's for your benefit. They help you grow. They help you progress. But sometimes that doesn't mean kick them to the curb. Sometimes it means they've hurt you to the point where you have to open yourself to create different higher levels of compassion, different levels of awareness. And sometimes you have to create a level of compassion where I can take you back. It's not that you're being stepped on. It's not that you're a doormat. It's not that you're allowing somebody to walk on you. You know, if that were the case, don't do it. But what I'm feeling here is that this is a situation where it stretches your heart to be with this person for the better. All right, Aries, I'm going to shut it down here. My name is Isel. I'm on YouTube as the Altruistic Mystic. And if you found this reading helpful, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I will be here in January. All right, bye.